Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for being with us while we ran off to take our quick break. Tonight's been a rough night, so I wanted to give everybody a chance to step away and grab a drink and grab a snack and come back into the pit of despair. It's warm. The bubbles are going. It's great. It smells like incense and Funyuns.
And trauma.
Incense and Funyuns. That's a stellar combo right there. That's good stuff.
That's actually my band name. I don't know how you.
I feel like
it's no chupacabras on the border.
But, what have we been up to tonight? So tonight we did get to finally reconnect with Seven after a year of in-game playing and 10 years for the players of her being dead and gone, except for a couple of flashes here and there throughout the campaign. So we got to reunite with her, and she let everybody know sort of what the move is, which seems to be forming a Master Mage Voltron to fight the other Master Mage Voltron, and in the process, Una and one of the heroes will be killed. And that has led Seven to despair and led everybody else to start putting their houses in order in case they're the unlucky one who passes away. Wiki says it smells like burnt bologna and regrets. Our heroes, through various means, traveled out to find their loved ones and set things right. Overdrive took Tracy to space to get her away from Safunador. Mortis reunited with Nick, and they led some people into the bar that they're renovating, and they secured it from demonic intrusion. Centuria had a heartfelt conversation with Davy and Brutus about, no, you shouldn't be the one to die. Yes, I should be the one to die. Resonant left a Karen to die and rescued Sam and some poor traumatized children, and had a heartfelt moment with Seven. And Bowman called Jason and got him all set up with the Bowmobile to continue doing as much good as he can against the impending demon invasion. As we rejoin our heroes, they have found themselves transported back into Elysium and into a spooky graveyard of some description. Wiki, you get an extra hero point for shouting out Ethan's dorm. If you are in chat, please make sure to write down every time I give you a hero point and bring it to the next convention game I run.
So when Wiki sits down and just has a stack and everyone else has one, you're just going to get looked at like, what the heck is going on?
And then I'll tell them, tune in to the Untold Stories Project for your chance to earn extracurricular hero points. So yeah, what is everybody up to?
Oh, we need to find Sala. Wherever we're at. I'm going to look to Mortis.
I look around the cemetery. Is this a specific cemetery? Is it a reflection of one in like Lantern Hill or something? Or is it, what's the vibe?
Oddly enough, Mortis, this doesn't appear to be any cemetery you have been in before. It's not laid out quite like an ordinary cemetery. It feels very much like a cartoon cemetery. Like a set of a Scooby-Doo show. Big headstones with joke punny names on the graves. Share your best punny joke headstone in chat. Long sweeping hills, lots of mausoleums, sort of an unnatural mist swirling around.
So we're in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but reversed.
Yes.
Okay. How does the ground feel?
That's a speedster question if ever I heard one. Spongy and wet.
Yeah.
Can we see like the edge of the cemetery anywhere, the end of it, or is it we're just
As you look out, you see mist at the edges of the perimeter.
Game
Is
is
this
so
what-
hard.
Is this where we need to be?
This is where Seven's magic sent us, but this feel well. Remember what Una did with the last one? I mean, things could have changed since we popped out. I don't know. Mortis, do you see anybody nearby?
I'm gonna reach out with my senses and see if I can pick up any souls or anything like that.
Give me a perception check, Mortis.
27.
With a 27, as you're sort of scanning around, you notice there is a conspicuous absence of souls in this cemetery.
And nothing I can kind of pick out as the center of it, huh?
Not from a cursory glance, it looks like. You do tell that ahead of you seems to be the only part that isn't swirled around in mist.
Yeah, there's literally no restless spirits here, which is wrong.
Let me see what I can tell magic-wise. So I'll reach out to see if I can maybe pick up on Sala's magical signature.
Give me an expertise magic check.
41.
Also, do you earn a hero point for Here Lies Hume Morris. Look deep for a joke. Humorous.
Okay, I didn't get it.
41? Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't react until after I've already said it.
All right.
Resonant,
Flag.
as you're looking around, you can sense small hints of Sala's magic coming from inside this mausoleum.
One at the top of the map.
The one at the top of the map. And I'll share the map when it's pertinent to everybody in Discord and Twitch.
I'll point out the mausoleum that's probably just at the edge of our vision. I'm not sure if I'm picking him up from there, but that's the only place that I'm getting any sense of him. Magically, that is. So, much as I'd love you to scout things out, Dave, I think we better stay together for this one.
Yeah, maybe I spent too much time being you, but I was kind of thinking that same thing. I don't think splitting up is a good thing here. This place is messed up. I mean,
Okay.
Oh.
So we move forward, stick together.
yes.
Everybody keep your eyes open.
Yep. So if you want to move us as a group, I suppose, Alex, we're going to start moving forward towards that mausoleum.
Yes.
As you come into this little crossroad, please give me a perception check.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I haven't rolled dice in almost 2 hours.
Rock your body.
Okay, no.
No.
And
No.
it shows. Son of a.
Rock your body right.
Man, why do you guys go to, 90s boy bands when I went back to the Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, were you not doing that?
No, I wasn't.
What's the matter with you guys?
Hey, Backstreet is never far from my mind.
Ugh. I don't even know you. Well, I got a 13 on my perception. Clearly that horrible music is distracting me.
I got a 27.
Centuria got a 16, but Brutus be seeing at a 31.
Oh, I got a 28 as we're moving in sync through these back streets.
I hate all y'all. All y'all.
Mortis only
Somewhere-
got 19, so.
Somewhere it's 98 degrees.
Oh, come on! It's dead. Stop it.
What is dead may never die.
Oh.
You realize I can bring back any genre from Beyond the Grave, right?
New kids
To-
on the
to-
block or get the fuck out.
I choose B.
Oh man. So everybody rolled a 15 or higher.
Oh, thanks.
Poor Overdrive.
You notice on the doors of the mausoleum are 5 circular discs that seem to be made of some kind of platinum that have your names inscribed on them. And those of you who rolled above a 25 notice that there are similar discs on these headstones. The closest headstones to you.
Do the headstones also say names?
They have the same disc and they do have your name written on them. Except on the tombstone it says, "Here lies."
Well, I think we found what Una wishes would happen to us.
That's dark.
Yeah, I mean, we have been a constant thorn in her side for a pretty long time. So I'm gonna look over at Mortis. Do you think it's as simple as just laying down in front of our graves? Or is that going to do what I think it's going to do?
I don't know. I wonder what my mastery of necromancy tells me.
Why don't you check?
Magic or occult?
Occult's fine.
$19. Answer hazy. Ask again later.
With the 19, Mortis, as you're looking at the door and you're looking at the discs on the tombstones, you do think there is a correlation between them. You're not sure if maybe they want you to take the discs off of the tombstone and put them on the door, or exhume the bodies that are under these graves, and put them in the mausoleum.
Well, with that thought, I will go insubstantial and go down and check to see if there is a body in the grave.
Awesome. So Mortis, this one is the Mortis grave. As you phase into the ground, you do find an ornate black stone coffin that you are not able to phase through. But it does appear to have a very distinctly Grecian design.
Floating back up and share my findings with the group.
That's unusual in itself, isn't it? That you can't phase through. What is that implying to you?
There are certain materials or that can be warded against ghosts. I'm not surprised a coffin has been warded to keep ghosts in or out.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if we're supposed to pull these coffins up and take them into the mausoleum or
Well,
what.
I can burr really fast if we want to pull one up and see.
Do we want to start with that, or do we want to just start with these discs?
Well, there's a disc in both the gravestone and the mausoleum. It's not like there's one. It's not like there's a slot on one and an item in the other. There's a matching corresponding one for each.
Can we go up and look at the mausoleum door? Does it look like it's? Is it locked? Like if we don't have something up here, if we don't have the bodies or the discs with us, can we still push the doors open?
Resident, give me an investigation check.
Oh no, the one skill I don't have really
What?
maxed out.
Plus $1,000,000 in.
Yeah, I said maxed out, so you know.
Oh.
I'll go with the 17.
Okay.
That's fine.
As you're examining it, you do feel that the door is locked. It does appear to be made of the material that Mortis described, the sort of black, jet black stone with the gold embroidery through it, the platinum discs on them. Resident, you look at the names inscribed on them, and you think there's something a little weird about them, but you're not 100% sure exactly what.
Hey Bowman.
Yep.
Something's off about these discs. I can't put my finger on it though. Can you take a look?
Yeah. And Bowman will move in, take a look, maybe use I don't know, infrared vision or something. But would this be investigation or perception?
Investigation, please.
Okay.
World's most okay detective.
Here we go. That's not bad. No, I'll spend a point on it.
Crit fish.
No, he says as he reels the line back. So that would be an 18, so that would be a 35.
A 35. That's a lot better than 28.
Yep.
The investigation arrow comes out. As you're sort of examining what Resident was talking about, you also notice that the door does appear to be locked. You also notice there are several tiny glyphs etched into the black stone that seem to glow with the purple gold energy you associate with Una. And the names on the discs, they almost look like, you know, those tattoos that read as different names if you look at them upside down or if right side up.
Okay.
You do see Resonant, but if you look at it the other way, the Resonant one looks like it says Lease. Centuria, you see one. It looks like it says Centurion. Overdrive looks like it says Death Race. Mortis looks like it says Hades. And Bowman looks like it says Bowman both directions.
The little sins of the father action, eh? Great.
Okay. What was the one next to Resonant?
Lisa. I don't know if Cat is stretching or... Oh, there it is. Or if Cat's reacting to something, but I saw the arms outstretched.
I was reacting.
Yep. I could tell.
The heck, Jonesy.
Okay, so yeah, I'll point those out. So Resonant, Lisa, Centuria, Centurion, Overdrive, Death Race, Mortis, Hades, and Bowman.
So let's look through the cemetery and see if we can find those names rather than ours. I feel like I felt like it was a little too obvious. It was just us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what I should look for. But I can check out the tombstones while the rest of you are looking for the different names. Seeing as I seem to be matched with my own name.
But if these are technically, well, I mean, this is my mom. Centurion is Centuria's dad. I know Hades isn't technically Mortis's dad, but he's...
Close enough.
The undead father figure of the afterlife.
Yeah, pretty much. Death Race
And-
is...
That changes the
Overdrives.
Mortis and Hades dynamic in a delicious way. You're not my
So-
real dad, Hades.
So would it be your dad?
He was Bowman before I was.
So maybe that's what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, let's go looking. We probably shouldn't all split apart. Maybe
No. Buddy system?
Sure. Or 2 groups of 3.
Yeah. Since Brutus counts, scratch Brutus on the head.
He gives you a
I
chin up.
was just wondering about your math.
Brutus
Bowman
looks
Brutus
over at
obviously
this
should be a team.
overdrive.
All right, let's not waste the time, right?
Okay.
So we'll split into 2 groups. I'll go with Centuria and Brutus.
Go with Spooky and Speedy
Okay.
Spooky, Speedy, Bowie.
then.
We'll workshop it.
Spooky, Speedy, and David. All right, go ahead
Got no
and
feng shui.
wander around wherever you guys are trying to look for tombstones.
The 3 of us will look at this mausoleum down here because it does appear that there's 3 tombstones in that general direction.
Okay. Maybe our group can keep following this path that the tombstones are laid out on. These ones here.
Yeah.
Where am I? Too zoomed out.
You're above Brutus. So you guys are going to go beyond the tree, basically.
That's what I was thinking. If it's cool with the group.
Sure. Beyond the tree. I mean, that doesn't sound ominous at all in a cartoon graveyard. Let's go beyond the tree, at the edge of the spooky, fog-filled cartoon graveyard.
I look over at Resident.
What could
I'll
possibly
be-
go wrong?
I'll be right back.
No. Oh, he said it. No.
If you see something in the background that's colored lighter than everything else, it's probably going to jump out at you.
Bowman, it's so funny you said that.
Oh.
Because this tombstone
No.
up here is a different color than all the other ones.
So it's either going to jump out at you or you have to push against it for a little bit and it'll slide over and there'll be a staircase that will take you down into a dungeon.
Only 2 options.
Yeah. I mean, it's either Legend of Zelda logic or it's cartoon logic. One of the 2.
Wow.
Well, with arrow drawn, Bowman's going to nod towards it.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
mix up my style for Starhaven. You guys are guessing, you guys are predicting my moves.
Approach
It's-
cautiously.
It's been a year of NetherWar and most of us have gamed with you for longer, Alex.
It has been a shenanigan-filled year.
And I assume my ghostly form. Just safe.
Awesome. This tombstone does say Lisa on it. The one that is a different color than the other ones around.
Lisa Frank. Lisa Frank.
Similarly, Centuria, Brutus, and Resident, you notice that this tombstone and the mausoleum door here are slightly different colors than the surrounding background.
Okay, let's take a look at the tombstone first.
It says Centurion on it.
I'll look over at Kate.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
Cherry will walk up and put her hand on the tombstone and see if anything happens.
The platinum disc on the mausoleum door over your shoulder up here begins to glow, and Centuria, for a brief moment, you are away from the graveyard. You sort of feel this rush of energy pass over you and you find yourself in this sort of peaceful, easy feeling location. It's a farmhouse.
It's right next to the Hotel California.
Yes, it is.
I thought we were in an Eagles video.
But you do see this farmhouse. You see there's a mailbox out front that says Leeds on it. You see another chocolate lab asleep on the porch.
What in the Smallville is going on?
That sounds like a hero point to me.
I guess I'll walk up to the farmhouse.
Yeah, you can hear a radio playing. Sounds like 80s country music through the door. Sort of a nice, quiet refrain. You can smell something cooking on the stove.
I'll knock on the door.
You hear a woman's voice from inside say, "Just a minute, we'll be right there." And after a moment, the door swings open, and you are met by your father, who sort of looks you up, and his eyes twinkle with excitement. He grabs you and takes you into a big hug.
The only person to actually bear hug Centuria and actually make it hurt.
Hi.
This is Kate. I didn't think I was ever going to get to meet you.
I'm sort of confused as to why you are meeting me now.
Well, if there's anything I learned from that feller in the coat who came here, it's that there are strange times afoot.
Feller in the
Yeah, your friend in the skull mask who came down.
Mortis?
Yeah,
That's right. I forgot you met him.
he told me a lot about you.
Not all bad, I hope.
Nothing bad. And he says, "Come in for a while."
Okay.
And he says, "How you doing? How have you been? You look like the world's been tough on you."
Well, the universe I'm from is destroyed, and this one is in the process of being destroyed. And I'm trying to figure out how to stop it, but it's not easy, and it might be something that I have to sacrifice my life for, which I'm willing to do, but I'm afraid that I'm going to disappoint people.
He says, "Believe it or not, I know how you feel. I laid down my life when Omega came and stopped him. And I didn't know how the world was going to wind up with me gone. But then I heard all about you. How you picked up the pieces and how you kept everybody safe.
I wish you were still there.
Me too, sweetheart. I wish I'd gotten to see you when you came, or see you grow up. And that's not fair to you, that you had to find yourself in this world."
It's not your fault.
No, but that don't make it right. So, tell me what's going on. What's the situation up there that you're thinking about biting the big one?
Una is taking over all of the planets and worlds and stuff in this universe, and she is about done and winning. But there's a spell that's supposed to merge me and my friends together, and then to kill them, one of us has to die. And I'm the only one that makes sense.
Yeah, you figure.
They're all from this universe, there's a Centuria that belongs in this universe that isn't me. And I should have died in my universe, and I didn't. I should be dead.
I've found in my career that should doesn't really factor into what we do.
I'm not willing to let any of them die and lose their families lose them. I don't have anyone. So
You got me.
you're dead.
Doesn't mean I'm not proud of you. It doesn't mean I'm not rooting for you, kiddo.
Well, I think I have to go back to Resident now.
You can stay a spell. Just for a minute. Have dinner with me and your mom.
Okay.
And we could talk about your problems some more.
Okay.
So I don't know a lot about magic, but I did talk to that Adrian feller for a while, and I have often found that you can't destroy hate with violence. You can only destroy it with love. And the love you have for your friends is, well, that's gotta mean something in the grand scheme of things.
No, I never pictured you with a country accent.
Yeah, you played me this way a couple of months ago. So here we are.
Glorious.
It was getting too serious. I had to make a joke.
Meanwhile, back on the surface world.
So did when she touched it, does Resident see her disappear?
She does not disappear. Her eyes roll into the back of her head, and she sort of stands slack-jawed in front of the tombstone.
That's scary.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and basically try to sense her emotions, kind of see if like something's mentally attacking her that's caused her to go kind of catatonic, or if there's something else going on.
Kat, what is Centuria feeling right now?
She's feeling strangely at ease, and she's feeling a lot of love and a lot more relief than she has been radiating since she's been here.
Hi, something's really wrong with Kate.
I'm concerned.
She's not mad. Why is he using that voice?
Okay, well that I will relay the information to the rest of the group and say, hey, Kate touched the Centurion tombstone. She doesn't seem to be something. She's off. She's not responding to me, but I'm not getting the sense that she's under any kind of stress. She actually feels like some of what she's been carrying for a while has slipped away. But it looks like touching the corresponding one, it has to be the person that's associated with them.
Oh, we found one that's over here marked Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me look. Do I see what name's on the door over here? The mausoleum?
Do. It is Death Race.
Oh Lord.
Overdrive, I think your dad's over here. I see the mausoleum door has Death Race on it. So, change places?
Yeah. But don't move till I find you. Where'd you go? Oh, you're down there.
Yep, down there.
My mouse doesn't move as fast as my character.
Nothing moves as fast as your character.
And I'll when I get over there, I'll I'll say to Mortis and Bowman, there is that other row of tombstones to the northwest. If there isn't anything else over here for you guys.
I didn't see anything else over here, so
We can go check that out, but are you sure you want to do this? It's not gonna be some sort of trap or something?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't hate it if you'd stay behind, just in case I don't come out of it.
Yeah, I can wait here while you hop in and do whatever you need to do with whatever happens to you.
Hoping it's similar to what's happening to Centuria, since it seems to be positive.
Yeah, that could still be a trap, just a comfortable one.
I know.
For the man who has everything. Mortis, you do see that there is another tombstone over here that is marked Bowman.
and you said that was Mark Bowman.
Bowman, yes.
I'll let him know that I found his.
All right, I'll come check it out, but I'm gonna give Resident a couple of minutes and then see what happens to her first.
No
Just in
worries.
case these things absorb us somehow, someone should stay outside of them.
Yeah. Kevin, if you want to go first, we can do it that way too.
Okay. As far as I know, or as far as I knew, when last we were on regular Earth Prime, my father wasn't dead, so I'm a little hesitant to proceed here.
Well, same thing with my
Okay.
mom, and I think same thing with Bowman's dad,
Yeah, as far as I know.
And technically
Okay.
Hades.
and technically Hades.
All right.
Centurion's dead though.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
No worries there.
Okay. Well, as long as I'm not the odd man out. All right, so I will proceed with caution.
Awesome. Overdrive, give me a perception check as you approach the mausoleum doors.
32.
Look at that natural
So
20.
not 20.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
As you begin ascending the stairs, you can hear the telltale rhythmic beeping of a hospital monitor.
Uh-oh. Let's continue on.
Cool. As you push through the mausoleum doors, you do step out of the crypt and into a hospital room. You see the plastic shade is drawn around a bed. You can hear the beeping of the heart rate monitor. You see a couple of nurses walking around in the hallway outside. It's very dark in here.
Dad? Sort of cautiously approach the hospital bed.
When you say Dad, you do hear a very faint, Dave, is that you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
Come in.
Okay. I'll proceed in cautiously.
As you pull the shade back, you do see he's there, lying in a hospital gown. One of his hands is vibrating a little bit. He's got monitors on his fingers, on his thumbs, and on his chest. And he looks thin and gaunt, almost like a skeleton.
So much worse than the last time I saw him.
Yes. He says it's not really working out with Fantasia. How'd you get here?
There's-
That's a dumb question. You could run anywhere.
It's okay. Uh, so I mean, what? There's got to be some other therapy, some other procedure, right? I mean, something else.
He kind of looks at you. He says, "They've done everything that they can think about how to do, but it's not every day you get a person whose molecules vibrate faster than the speed of light in your hospital bed." I'm going to cease to exist soon.
Well, hmm. I want to, with my my newfound ability, I'm gonna stunt flatten the curve and switch it from nullifying barriers to nullifying vibration. I'm going to try and, if possible, um, bring his molecules under control, sort of bleed off the excess oscillation that's going on.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a power check.
Okay, let me get my hero point there to you first. Okay, and I think now that the stream is almost over, I think I've figured out how to put it, but I haven't set that up as a. Oh, or did I? Let's try that. So that doesn't look like it come out right. No. All right. So let me just try the old random dice roller.
Okay.
To get the same result. So that's a 25.
With the 25, you do shake some of it off. He coughs a little bit, but his hand stops vibrating. You see a little bit of the color come back into his cheeks. He says,
Do I get a sense if that is that a temporary solution, or do I get a sense that maybe that
You get a sense that it's a temporary solution. He says, "You're a good kid, Dave."
Stop talking like it's over. It's not over, okay? We got other things that we can try. There's still time.
I think I done run my race, son. Who told you to come here? How did you get here?
I found a sign in a cartoon cemetery. Yeah, I know that's sounds weird to me too.
Well, you're a better kid than I deserved. And I'm proud of you.
Dave will kind of like just sort of break down a little bit, fall to his knees there by the side of the hospital bed, just kind of sobbing.
And he reaches out and he weakly puts a hand on your shoulder. It says, "It's gonna be all right." What are you and your friends up to?
Just saving the multiverse, you know, nothing too stressful for Wednesday afternoon.
Well, if there's anything Fantasia can do to help, she sent me this, and he sort of points across the hospital room to his collection of personal effects. You do see there's a flash drive across from him.
Okay.
I wanted to get this to you, but I hadn't really been able to get a hold of you.
Yeah, things have been kind of crazy lately. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, you're welcome. When you leave, you see your mom again, will you tell her I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'll tell her.
And he sort of smiles faintly at you. And Overdrive, you see him begin to vibrate faster and faster and faster, and he sort of fades like a mirage. And the hospital monitor flatlines.
Wow. Oh, so I'll probably Overdrive will probably just sort of collapse again for a little while, just sort of all the sort of stuff he's never dealt with his dad not being around and stuff, just sort of all comes blasting out. So he'll kind of lose track of time, just sort of sitting there on the hospital floor.
Awesome. On that uplifting note, we return back to the cemetery.
Yeah, Bowman's just standing there watching Resonant to see what'll happen and keeping an ear on the comms for if anything's going on with Mortis or the rest of the team.
Yeah, Resident will go ahead and touch the tombstone.
Resonant, as you touch the tombstone, you smell the familiar smell of your mom's favorite dish. What do they eat on Lafandi?
I mean, same thing they eat everywhere, just different types of meats and grains.
What's
Because
Resident's
Lafandi-
favorite dish?
It is.
It's not rocks.
It's not rocks. No, that's Rar's favorite dish.
Not anymore.
Not a, hey now.
Wow. Wow.
Too soon.
I hate this game.
It's some sort of vegetable stew. They are it's a bunch of different vegetables all mixed together. A very light gravy, and really freshly baked bread.
Awesome. Yeah, you smell all of that, and you are basically in your house again, where you were not too terribly long ago.
Mm-hmm.
You can sort of see out the window. It looks like people are beginning to rebuild across the city, and your mother is humming to herself a lullaby she used to sing to you.
I'll head into the kitchen and knock on the wall.
She turns around and drops what she's cooking. Gemma,
Hey, Mom.
did you decide to stay? I thought you left.
I did. I'm not really sure how I came back. Una's magic's doing something. She's really close to taking everything for herself, and my friends and I are looking for a way to stop her. And when we went looking for someone, we kind of found this place, a nexus, I guess. I'm assuming it was connecting us to people that we knew or didn't know as well as we would like to.
That must be really powerful magic. We sealed the door behind you.
I told you Lafandi wouldn't let me stay away for too long.
You feel the
But
ground rumble a little bit under your feet.
I don't know if I'll be coming back after this though, Mom.
What do you mean?
My friend Seven, 10 years ago we lost her to Una. We finally rescued her, but she said it's the only way for us to stop Una for good, because she's so powerful, was for one of us to die. And a couple of my friends are already fighting over who gets to sacrifice themselves to do that. And I don't know that I'm willing to let them make that sacrifice. And to be honest, I think I'm scared to do that myself, but I will if I have to.
She kind of takes all that in. She nods and she says, "Well, surely there's something we can do. You're one of the most gifted master mages I've ever heard about in the history of our people."
Well, I mean, Berea kind of.
Well, she's only so great because you went back in time and rescued her. Like, that's insane. And no offense to your friends from Earth, but they're Earthlings.
Mom.
They're not as in tune with magic as we are. It doesn't come naturally to them.
Not all of them. Some of them, yes.
I think if we put our heads together, we can come up with something.
I'm willing to try. I've been trying, looking for a different way. I suggested if it was a life force thing that the 5 of us could sacrifice. I'd gladly sacrifice years if it was what it took. 7 doesn't know, but maybe if there's anything we can do, if there's any other options, I'm willing to entertain them. I want to stop this, and I don't want my friends hurt any more than they already have been.
Well, if you can stay for dinner, let's brainstorm.
I don't know how much time I have, but yeah, I'd like that.
Well, soup's on. And she goes and scoops some out for you. She says, "It sounds to me like it's a question of refracting the magical energy."
There's so much of it that no matter what we do, there's going to be repercussions. And how do we minimize the repercussions while also undoing and keeping Una from ever being able to come back?
And she'll scoop out the soup, and she comes back with a bunch of books and stuff. She says, "Well, it sounds like it's a job for a very big gemstone. Let's see what we can find." And meanwhile, back in the cemetery, Mortis and Bowman are still left. Okay.
I'm still looking for the matching headstone for me.
I forgot to point it out to you. I'm sorry about that.
Statue, isn't it?
My angel of the night. I mean,
It's up here at the end of this row.
Wow.
Where, sure enough, you see a statue of a tall marble figure wearing a hoplite style helmet. Shirtless, but wearing what looks like a Jesus style loincloth.
Is it Jesus style loincloth?
it's DLC.
DLC.
Well, I don't even want to know what's going on around here.
Sorry, my husband may be playing too many MMOs lately. I'm pretty sure whatever has a hold of us, Bowman won't release it until we turn on all the sigils. So, just a heads up. I found mine, so I'm gonna give it a go.
All right. You do that. I'll just wait and see what happens after a minute, and if nothing shows up and tries to get us while we're distracted, then I'll activate mine.
And with that, I reach out.
you reach out, and Mortis, you touch the statue and you begin to ascend up into the sky, passing up through the astral plane, up through the crossroads, until you find yourself standing on Mount Olympus. You can hear a loud clamoring coming from inside. There's a lot of voices speaking all over one another inside this large Grecian-style columned building that seems to be made of clouds that are hard constructs. There's a big gold gate blocking the way, but you can see inside there appears to be a cornucopia of gods who have gotten together to meet and discuss. You do see Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, and Hades. You can see Odin is in there. It looks like Osiris is within. A number of different gods from across different pantheons all seem to be arguing with one another.
Deep breath, and I make my way to the gate.
Give me an insight check, Mortis.
Wah, wah, wah. 15. Can I spend a hero point?
You can.
Mortis is not great at this, but Mortis like to be a little better than 15. So. Oh, I rolled a 1 on my reroll.
That's an 11.
That's 19.
Yeah.
18.
18. Yeah, with an 18, it is a little better than 15. Mortis, you clearly notice Hades noticed you before the other gods notice you. And he gets a look on his face like, this fucking guy. But as you walk in, you do see, you hear the voices stop, and they all sort of turn to look at you. And Zeus breaks the silence. Who are ye that steps before me into this chamber? A mortal.
This chair behind his eye. Sorry. Look, if the Centurion can be from the Deep South, then Hades can be a pirate of the Caribbean, right?
You best be believing in mythology.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
I am known as Mortis. The Master Mage of the Crossroads.
No,
Sir?
mortal master mage stepped before us. Interesting.
And I will float towards them, and as I get close, I will actually do a etiquette guess, and I'll do a bow to the gods, because yeah.
Hades looks genuinely flabbergasted that you bow to everybody else.
Well, there's a lot more of them now. There's a whole room of PLX.
And Zeus says, interesting. The last master mage who stepped before us didn't have quite the decorum of you. My brother hasn't mentioned you in his reports from the underworld.
We have not had a lot of formal interaction. I've been rather pulled in many directions.
Well, how did you come to hear about this meeting?
By accident, I guess. I guess at this point, goddess Sofunador, Una of the Netherworld,
Ugh.
is laying claim to multiple dimensions across the multiverse and is about to ascend. me and my allies are doing our best to keep her at bay, but we are sorely outnumbered. And when things come to an end, it will probably cost the life of at least one master mage.
Interesting. We had gotten together to discuss the nature of this newly risen deity and what we, the gods, his response should be. We would like to intervene, of course, but there's the whole there's that whole pact we made with Adrian forbidding us from operating on Earth. Would be a shame if there was a master mage here who could help us renegotiate that pact.
Unfortunately, I'm not the master mage of Earth.
No, but there is not currently one, is there? Well, there's that poor young. Odin says there's that poor young Midgardian that's stuck inside that god that's rising up.
The mantle still lies with 7. Yes.
Oh, no, we're talking about what's her name? Sophie.
Mortis rolls his eyes. The chosen heir of Adrian Eldridge has returned. He is the one attempting to aid us in the final battle against, well, hopefully the final battle against Unit to save Earth Prime as we know it.
Well, you are a master mage, and you come from Earth. I think there is the possibility that we could negotiate. You could at least take our demands to whomever you think is qualified to... Sorry, our request to whomever is able to make that decision about the pact.
Of course.
But we could intervene and we could prevent the untimely demise of one of your mortal friends.
And will be. I, of course, will act as Apollo for you.
Excellent. And he says, well, if you're here, you might as well partake of our bounty. Have you ever feasted on Mount Olympus, young mortal?
Can't say that I have.
Well, then tonight is going to be legendary. And Zeus points at the far end of the room and music begins to blare.
I will go and engage with the gods. And I make my way over to Hades. Hope I didn't get you in too much trouble with the boss.
The boss? Really?
At least that's how it's taught in our schools.
I find it hard to believe you can read a scroll. He is not my boss. He is my foolish sycophant brother.
The head of the family, isn't he?
On a technicality. He got swallowed last, whatever.
Wow.
But, for what it's worth, Mortis, I think it would be phenomenal if you got the pact to be a little more hazy.
Sure you would.
Maybe we could visit one another a little more often.
Well, saying there's a very good chance that I'm the one ends up dead. I don't know about that.
Well, I hope you enjoy the party. I hear Dionysus is breaking out a 323 BC. For the record, I hate that they call it BC, because that sort of implies that those other guys won.
Well, according to my stepfather, they did.
Ugh. Can't wait to feast on that guy. And he'll pour you a glass of wine, and he'll hold it up to cheers.
Yeah, he's bad. Wait, you meet my would-be father-in-law.
Oh, I know the necromancer. It was a pity he went to the other place. Would have been nice to mess him up a little bit.
Well, he's still running around out there somewhere.
I'll put him on the list. And he will stand there and exchange barbs with you for as long as you want. Meanwhile, back in the graveyard, Bowman, you find yourself standing alone. Everybody else seems to be transfixed.
So Bowman will just like wait a minute or two to make sure nothing shows up with the intent to harm the team while they're entranced. And if it seems like this is the only way to fully unlock what they're looking for, he will walk over to the northwest side where the tombstone supposedly is.
Awesome. You do see it there. And you get this deep feeling of dread in the pit of your stomach.
Yeah. He will, in one hand, he will have an electro arrow that he hopes he'll be able to wake himself up with unconsciously somehow if need be. And then with the other hand, he will reach out towards the tombstone.
I hold a grenade, I pull the pin, and then I go into the trance.
Basically.
Wow.
Bam! Ah. Bowman, as the graveyard sort of flows away from you, you do smell smoke and sulfur and blood. And you feel heat on your face as you come basically descending from the cemetery into the wreckage of your father's printing press. You see a number of creatures are nearby, munching on various members of the staff.
He'll move to take cover, draw an arrow, try to assess the situation, and see if he can help these people.
Yeah, it looks like, go ahead and just narrate how you rescue a few of them.
Okay, so yeah, he will first dive for cover behind, I assume, some sort of piece of broken machinery or something like that. And then, yeah, go for an arrow. I guess a bola arrow on one that's attacking somebody, some foam arrows, a quick frost arrow, and then paint arrow. Why not? To make some ground slippery so a certain creature slides into like a pile of broken machinery.
Smash. You do see, as you're assessing after you take these guys down, you do look around. You do see there is a looks like a semicircle of demonic bodies full of arrows radiating out from the doorway to your father's office.
So these are like the same demonic creatures that we were just in Freedom City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
You do look out the window and you do see Safuna Door stomping around.
Seeing that, he will just make sure people are okay as he heads towards the office.
Awesome. You hear a grizzled voice, not unlike your own Bowman voice, say, "Go ahead. Bring me some more of your demons to shoot. I need to punch another clock before I get out of here."
He'll respond, "They're taken care of. At least the ones here."
Where have you been?
Different dimension, then another dimension, and then still back in that dimension, but this time it's a cemetery.
Well, you hear a telltale sound of a bow clattering against the ground from inside the office.
Do you mind if I come in to check on you, Mr. Beaumont?
We're the only ones here, son.
Oh shoot! I thought there were other people here.
You rescued them. They ran away.
Oh yeah, they ran off. Makes sense. Yeah, no. Then Fletch will open the door.
And you see in the office of the editor-in-chief of the newspaper, the desk has been shattered. You can see your father is laying against the far wall with a crossbow on the ground, and he has been stabbed many times. He's bleeding pretty profusely.
Then Fletch will rush right in and start trying to patch him up as best he can.
It's probably too late for me, son.
No, just hold on. I'm sure you got hurt worse than this before.
No, this is probably the worst I've ever been hurt. He kind of looks down at his body.
Wow.
Oh, I doubt that. You would tell me all sorts of stories, old man. Come on.
I did shoot a mega in the head once.
Right?
But that light's coming real fast. How?
Just hold on for a moment. There's like a whole list of crap I gotta tell you. I got a sidekick now. You gotta meet him. And the boxing glove arrow. I know you said it was too much, but I did it anyway.
Did it work?
Hell no.
Of
Sorry.
course it worked.
It wasn't too front heavy.
No, I mean, it just depends on the material you put in it. It hardens as it flies. If you angle it up the right way, then it's basically the same as punching someone from a mile away.
Yeah. That's why you're going to be a better bowman than I was.
I mean, I don't know about that part yet. I'm kind of screwing things up with the kid as it is.
The sidekick stuff works itself out. You turned out okay. And that kid's going to turn out okay.
Yeah, he will. Calls himself Bolt. He actually uses a crossbow too.
Isn't that Captain Thunder's sidekick's name?
I mean, hey, I didn't pick the name. I was gonna call him Arrow, but
You see, you always pick their names because the kids can't come up with good ideas.
yeah, I think that's why I just used yours.
And he says, well, that's on me for naming you me again.
No, I mean, you got to keep it in the family, right?
So what are you worried about messing up?
I don't know how to tell the kid that he's. Look, I mean, he's done so much already. I mean, he's out there right now, driving around in a car with arrow launchers on it, and I just want him to know that, he's doing the right thing. He's doing a good job, and he's okay.
And he kind of weakly raises his arm and puts it on your forearm. He says, then just tell him, kid. That's all you gotta do.
But how do I know if it gets through? And how do I know if he goes out there one day and I'm not around and something happens to him? How do I know he's going to be okay?
You just gotta trust that you did your best. And that they learned the good stuff from you and saw the bad stuff.
I'm not so sure I want him to see the bad stuff.
He's gonna see it, whether you want him to or not. You saw all my bad stuff. You turned out okay, kid.
Yeah, well, I also had all my friends to rely on. I had a whole team to rely on.
He nods. He says, I'm glad you learned that lesson. Because you were trying to do the whole solo thing for a minute.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, Serena's back in this universe. Most of her, anyway.
You see he's getting a little pale now. He kind of looks.
Frick.
Just.
Just
He says, I'm glad.
yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but just keep talking. Just whatever you want to say.
How did it go with that Sophie chick?
Didn't quite work out. She's busy. Kind of has another life of her own going on. I just couldn't make it work.
Yeah, I saw your interview. I didn't think that was going to work out.
Well, that's what I get for dating a civilian, right?
No. Then he kind of looks up at you. He says, "You got to follow your heart, and just be the best bowman you can. And when the time comes, make sure you pick another great bowman, like I did." And he dies.
And Fletch, at this point, seeing this moment coming, he's just gonna stop doing what he was doing, trying to treat the wound and everything. He's just gonna sit down next to his father and hold his hand until he goes.
Then, as all of you go through these various memories, you wake up in front of the various tombstones. Resonant, you and your mother are able to fashion this very pure diamond that was given to you seemingly by Lafandi itself.
I wake up I'm holding it and I'm like, okay, so that actually did happen. But and I'll kind of race over before I'll tuck the gem away in a pocket and then race over to everybody else and kind of check on them, because if I went and saw my mom, other people saw their parents, and I remember what happened. I'll go to overdrive first because I remember what state Death Race was in.
Sorry, Wiki got me.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go check on Dave first.
How's Dave?
Probably still like a complete mess. Yeah.
Dave, what happened?
I couldn't save him.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The whole multiverse is about to die, and I'm freaking out because my dad didn't make it. Are we gonna be able to pull this off?
I think so. We have to, right?
Yeah, we got it. We gotta save who we can.
She'll offer you her hand to help you up off the ground.
He'll kind of just I don't know how you would see gratitude through a masked face, but there, so sort of just a tug at the hint of a smile, and he lets Resonant help him up.
Yeah, and when she gets you to your feet, she'll hug you and kind of just hold on to you for a little bit.
Yeah, Dave will probably stay in that hook for a little while, sob a little bit more before he kind of gets himself together. Like, okay, let's do this.
Go check on Spooky. I've got Centuria.
Yeah, I'll do that. and I'll go zipping over to find Mortis.
Go ahead, Alex. Do the Mortis and do the spooky and speedy thing.
Yeah, do the spooky and speedy thing. I'm uninvolved.
Okay. All right, so I will zip over to Mortis. So try to assess what state he's in.
He's unusually chill. Yeah. Is everyone okay?
I mean, it's kind of a mess here in this graveyard thing. Yeah, I mean it's words. I don't even know. So we gotta rally up the team.
Yeah, we do. I've used till then.
What was that? I'm sorry. What was that last part?
Yeah, let's find the others.
Yeah. Okay. It's over this way, and I'll kind of not super speed, but just sort of walk with Mortis.
I will check in on Kate. Gonna put my hand on her shoulder. Kate, everything okay?
I finally got to meet my dad.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I think so. I just wish that I would have gotten to know him a little bit more. Are you okay?
I think so. I might have some good news for us, actually. Hey, you know what you said about wanting to get to know your dad a little bit better?
Yeah.
If you stick around, maybe Mortis can take you to see him. Right?
Or I can sacrifice myself and go see him myself.
Kate.
Let's go find the others and hear your ID.
Okay. I guess that will mean we would meet up at Bowman.
Bowman is currently sitting down, leaning back against the tombstone. Much in the same way he just was a moment ago, but instead of holding his father's hand, he just has like the arrow in the same hand, and now he's just like staring at it, twirling it between his fingers.
Resident will kind of kneel down next to you. I take it you didn't get good news.
That was all of that real? It wasn't. Was it some pocket dimension in a dimension, another illusion or something?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I came back with something. So
all of that really did happen.
What happened? What happened, Fletch?
I was back on Earth, our Earth. I saw Savunador and a bunch of her creatures, and I saw my father, and he was fighting some of them off, and he was hurt before I got there, and I tried to and that, like, at this point he'll like pull the mask off. You can definitely see like the tears like running down his face, and I tried to help him. I thought if I had gotten there sooner, maybe I could have, but it was just too much, and he didn't make it. The last I saw, I don't know, he just bled out or
she'll put her arm, one of her hands on your arm, and the other one she'll take the arrow that you're twirling out, and she'll kind of put her hand in yours. I'm so sorry, Fletch.
We have to fix this. We can't let anyone else die on us.
I know.
All right.
I might have something that'll help with that.
Yeah, I could use a little help right now.
And she'll squeeze your hand. I'm here for you. I think we all are.
And yeah, Fletch will just, I guess, like look over the whole team. It's probably been a while since he looked at everyone without his mask on. And yeah, probably have to lean on Resonant for a bit before he's able to stand again.
Yeah. And I think that will get us together. And Alex, do you want us to continue, or do you want to save stuff for next week?
Well, one thing you do see is that at this point the mausoleum door has opened.
Okay.
And Sala walks out of it. And he sees all of you. And he nods. He says, I understand. I understand now.
What do you mean?
Adrian didn't have a spell. You were his last best hope to stop Una.
The 5 of us?
The 5 of you.
What does that mean?
I don't know yet. But each of you were able to find this place. And you were able to find information that you needed. And that has to mean something. He looks at all of you. He says, we need to get back to the Nexus and talk to Seven.
I hope she's been paying attention and knows how to pull us out of here.
And certainly she does. As you say that, Resonant, the cemetery does begin to fall away around you, and you find yourself standing back in the Ocularum. And Seven looks at all of you and asks, what did you see? And I think with there, we will go ahead and call it for an evening. I think that's enough emotional waterboarding for one day.
Good.
I think a couple of us are drowning.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you sticking it out with the emotional torment our poor players have gone through. Announcement wise, tomorrow we will be back with City of Destiny. Wednesday we will be back to finish the Camp Clearwater Massacre one shot that we ran back in October. My bad, everybody, again. Thursday we'll have a new blog post up again. Friday our new episodes from YouTube will be up on our website. And if you're watching, let me know what you think. I started putting 2 episodes up a week from the show instead of 1 episode a week to try to catch us up in time. If you like that, leave a comment. If you hate it, leave a comment and I will read them. And then next Monday we'll be back here, same bad time, same bad channel. I want to go ahead and give everybody a chance to plug something if they want to and say goodbye, starting with Kevin.
Okay. Well, I mean, Alex has already plug the other great stuff happening here this week. Make sure you check that out. And I will see you next Monday. Wow. What a sadist, that guy. Over to you, Jonesy.
Hey everybody, I am Jonesy. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Yeah, tonight was heavy, Alex. As far
We're all
as-
going on Oprah. We're gonna blast out.
As far as where to find me, I will be here Wednesday night as part of the Plant Pure Water Massacre. I have yet to be massacred, so I will be there. Let's see how long that lasts. And then other than that, I wanted to point out that the Cthulhu Awakens Kickstarter from our friends over at Green Ronin Publishing is currently ongoing. They have unlocked several of the stretch goals, and we will be doing a special preview stream soon, and we'll have more details coming out soon about that during the Kickstarter. So definitely worth checking out if you like spooky games. With that, I'll turn it over to Kat.
Hey guys, thanks for watching me almost cry for like 3 hours. Had a great time. I don't have anything to plug except for come watch my favorite human play in the Wednesday game, but not play his character because his character is dead. So watch him play a different character and have some fun. And probably, hopefully not eat an onion this time.
Oh my god, I hope not.
I don't think we have any onions in our house, so I think we're safe. But no promises, you know? So with that, I'll turn it over to Andy.
Just hope he doesn't make a special trip to the store to find one.
Bruh. I wouldn't even put it past him, though.
I know that's why I said it. Hey everyone, I'm Andy. I've been here all night. I'll be here again next week as we continue to wrap up season 1 of NetherWar, which, you know, it's been a year. We've been having a whole ton of fun with this, and I hope everyone that's been following us has been having as much fun watching us have fun as we've been putting this content together for you. So we do appreciate all your support the entire time we've been doing this superhero shenanigan thing that we've been doing. Come read our blog posts, come watch our YouTube videos, give us likes, give us comments. We will read and work on keeping things improving around here as we strive to just continue putting out good content for everyone. So we definitely appreciate your support. And with that, I will pass it over to Calvin.
All right. I'm Calvin. I've been playing Bowman, who really needs that group hug right now. Gosh, not much else to say, but I will be back here on Wednesday for the Camp Clearwater game. And again, over on the Win with Dice channel, we have a bunch of gaming streams. A lot of fun stuff is happening in various RPGs. And also, we've been interviewing a bunch of people who have written third-party supplements for Lancer. And we've got a bunch more coming. So if you've been in tune with that community, there's definitely people that I'm talking to that I'm like, oh, wow, you're actually talking to us, even though you're more popular than us. Okay, cool. So please swing by and check those out when they're out.
Yeah, and tune in next week when Bowman's superhero name changes to Trauma Man.
I think he has to fight Overdrive for that.
I mean, I was going to fight Overdrive anyway.
Hey, wait.
Calvin has not forgotten when those Overdrive variants shot him with his own bow.
They're still out there. They're on my list.
They don't have any superpowers right now.
Hey, just because Bowman is now a player character, I haven't forgotten that he put me full of arrows way back in the beginning either. So, all right, you inherited that legacy.
Wait, you knocked my tooth out. You already got me back for that.
A tooth?
His name is now Lieutenant Moeller. He lives in Terminus.
He's a monster.
You got a real pretty smile, kid. Be ashamed if something happened to it.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh man, thank you everybody for putting up with me, I guess. Yeah, if you want to come and see the players get traumatized some more, we have a couple more episodes of NetherWar. Hopefully the heavy stuff is over until one of you has to decide who's going to die.
We don't need trauma.
Nobody.
Me.
Freedom Week trauma.
Me.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching and make good choices. Oh, I forgot. There's one more thing I wanted to plug. March 12th, if you are a member of the M&M Patreon, we do a monthly actual play, and March 12th, I will be running the actual play. We're going to be doing a high power level story with Tarvon the Undying and Omega fighting over some blank pages of the source book, which is featured on NetherWar. So, yeah, that's going to be a good time. If you are a member of the Patreon, sign up and you might get to play with me. And then I can traumatize you the way that I traumatized them.
How can you say no to that?
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.